What's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great day today. Getting into this episode of GH, can we say hot mess? Everything about this episode was just a mess to me. Um, Good mess too. I got to talk about this Rory Trina situation though. I mean, Rory really needs to read the room. I mean, I feel like Trina genuinely likes Rory, but it's obvious that it's not like that. I think he likes her way more than she likes him. I mean, she did tell him that he makes her feel special and whatnot, but I feel like it's not, their connection is not as strong. Um, and I feel like she's with him because he's the safer choice, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You know how Ava kept telling her how Spencer is chaotic and stuff like that. Basically, being with Spencer would be toxic, but sometimes you can't get away from that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you go with the safer person. The person that's going to be the peace in your life, the quiet in your life. But sometimes not everybody wants that. You know what I'm saying? For whatever odd ass reason. But I don't know. I feel like she genuinely likes him, but I feel like it's not to the extent that he likes her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was asking him what he doing for Christmas. He said he was working, and then he was going home, to spend time with the family. So he wants her to come with him to meet his family, to meet his parents. And she was kind of shocked by that. And I didn't understand why she was so surprised, because this is their 3-month anniversary dinner. So y'all been together 3 months now. I feel like 3 months is appropriate timing in a relationship to meet somebody's parents. I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that's appropriate? I think it is. You've been dating somebody for 3 months. I think it's time for the family to meet your new boo, and why not? 3 months is appropriate. He's even at the love stage. Like, he told her once the dessert arrived that he loved her. I was like, okay, you're at the I love you stage at 3 months. That seemed a little sudden to me. The whole I love you shit. And I know she was caught off guard by that. But before she could even really answer that shit, she was shocked. Not only by his declaration of love, but when she saw Spencer walk in. And the look on Spencer's face, I felt bad for Spencer. Because he had that look on his face, like it was right around that moment that Rory declared his love. And Spencer looked defeated. Like, he looked so heartbroken. I feel like now that Spencer is free, Rory, he gonna have to work overtime if he's gonna keep Trina's interest. I'm just saying, like, he might have to work a little double time, um, because it's gonna be a hot mess of a triangle. But I feel like sooner or later she's gonna just admit her feelings for Spencer, and they're gonna be together. And I feel bad for Rory. You know what I'm saying? Because he's definitely into Trina, really into her. But I feel like he's setting himself up for failure with this. So if I was him, I would just, learn how to read the room and bow out gracefully. But I don't think he's gonna go gracefully. I don't think he's gonna go quietly. I don't know. Something about Rory, I like him. I do, but sometimes when I look at him, like, and he makes these funny little eye contact, like his eyes, it looks a little bit like ticky ticky boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might be a little, like he might need to trade places with Heather Weber. Uh, like, he might need to, a little vacation in the rubber room, so to speak. I don't know. It's certain facial expressions he make that I look at him. I'll be looking at him with a side eye. Like, are you a little ticky ticky? Like, a little boom boom? I'm just saying. But he do need to learn how to read the room, because Trina's not feeling you like that. She hasn't even slept with that man yet. After 3 months and you ain't get no punani yet? You ain't get no cooter? I'm just saying, like, most dudes I know, I mean, most people I know, they get it in within a few weeks of dating somebody. Shit, a month. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been together 3 months and you ain't hitting no skins yet? Ooh. I'm just saying, I'll be questioning the hell out this relationship. Like, how come we ain't hitting the skins yet? Like, what's good? I'm like, read the room, son. Read the room. So anyway, I know if it was Spencer, she would have been let him up on that thing. If it wasn't for that whole Esme mess, I'm pretty sure she would have been let Spencer be. I'm just saying. Be doing a little hibbity dibbity over there in the Windermere Castle. Speaking of Windermere, oh my lord, these damn Cassadines and they drama. Lord have mercy. Um, Victor was just going on and on about throwing this big old celebration, Christmas dinner, having the Cassadines unite. He wants Valentine there. He wants Alexis there. And he was like, he even wants Sam and her brood there. I'm like, first of all, Victor, somebody need to knock your ass out. I'm tired of you throwing shade. Um, like, I just always felt like Alexis and Sam and the rest of the, the Davis girls and all them, they was just the outsiders when it came to the Cassadine family. Even Helena felt that way. Like, she ain't never really viewed them as no family. She was like, no, y'all just the castaways, for whatever reason she chose not to dispatch them, so she says. Um, but I'm tired of them, treating Alexis and them like they the outside crew. Like, cause you know how Helena and them do. If it was up to them, Alexis and them would be nothing more than kitchen help. I'm just keeping it real. They would treat them like the staff. No, don't come through the front door. Come through the back. I miss Helena, yo. They need to find a way to resurrect her old ass. Like, bring her back. I miss her. Um. So anyway, Nicholas done put the kibosh on that shit because Nicholas said, "Listen, Spencer can't stay here." Nicholas is cutthroat. He said, "No, you can't stay here." And he said, "Victor, your ass can't stay here neither. Y'all both gotta go. Y'all got to go." And he came up with so many excuses. Then talking about, oh, if Spencer stayed here, we'd just be butting heads every minute. But I get where Nicholas is coming from because Nicholas only did that shit because he's trying to keep the Esme secret. And he knows good and well it's bad enough having Victor stay there. But now having Spencer there, it makes his secret harder to keep. Because any moment they could wander into the North Tower and spot Esme. Or she could make some type of escape and spot them and get some help from them. He can't risk that. So it's better if they're just not at Windermere. So he got to come up with that ruse, like, oh, it's not a good time for us to be around living it with each other because it's just gonna be unpleasant. And Victor was like, fine. Him and Spencer went to the Port Charles Grill to go get some dinner or whatever, and Nicholas was pissed. Like, he was pissed. He was throwing barware and shit. He was pissed because he basically got to kick his son out, all because he has to protect this little secret about Esme. But my thing is, Nicholas is losing control. He keeps telling Elizabeth and everybody that he has control over this. Oh, I got everything under control. You don't. The control is slipping away from you, good brother. It is fastly slipping away. Like, he got to make moves. Like, if you want this secret to stay secret, homegirl need to get the hell out of Windermere. You gonna have to bring her to Cassadine Island or something. Like, you gonna have to do something. Because her staying in Windermere, every minute she stays there, the more riskier it gets that your secret is gonna implode. And besides, this Port Charles is gonna implode anyway. So, anyway, moving on from that. Elizabeth and Finn. I don't know why Elizabeth keep beating herself up about this Rico situation. Like, she keep blaming herself for this. And, Finn is pretty much absolving her of this. He was like, listen, this ain't none of your fault. And I agree with Finn on that. It's not her fault. At the end of the day, blame your damn daddy. You know what I'm saying? This is all Jeff's fault. He was the one creeping with that damn lady. You know what I'm saying? If he would have kept his little dingling in his pants, y'all wouldn't be dealing with this shit 25 years later. You wouldn't be dealing with this mess. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with this because your daddy a hoe. So blame your daddy. You ain't had nothing to do with that woman's death. She slipped, she fell, she caught a disease, she died. Period. Blame Mr. Jeff. But, she's starting to feel guilty about her alliance with Nicholas and stuff, and that's why she feel like, she doesn't deserve Finn. And Finn is questioning her friendship with Nicholas, because Finn is like, can you really trust Nicholas? And she's sitting there talking about, oh, that's one of my oldest friends. So Nicholas is not the Nicholas of old that you know. He's not Nicholas from 20 years ago. He's not even Nicholas from 7 years ago. Like, it's a whole different ball game with him now, and he's bringing you into something that can get your ass locked up. You know what I'm saying? And that's where Elizabeth need to put her focus. Like, she needs to figure out a way to make sure that when the shit hit the fan and Esme is found, or they figure out that she, like, where she is and stuff like that, figure out a way to get out of this shit. Like, she need to be calling Scott and giving him $1 and have him as legal representation and let him know what the hell is going on, so that way he can best advise her legally on her next steps on how to cover this thing up, so that way when the shit hit the fan, you're not looking at criminal charges, or at the very least, you got a way to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, figure that shit out, Elizabeth. Because Nicholas done got her into a world of shit right about now. And she need to figure out a way to get on up out of this mess. ASAP. Like, quick, fast, and in a hurry, Liz. Because you got kids to take care of. So anyway, moving on from that. So the person at the door in Ireland was fucking Kentucky Fried Martin. I said, now who told him to go up here and follow folks to Ireland? But he figured that Valentine was gonna lead him to Lucy Killer or whatever. But he finally starting to come around to realizing that Anna had nothing to do with this shit, and she didn't. So he figured that's what they're trying to figure out, like who really shot Lucy. I'm like, duh, Martin, Kentucky. Of course they trying to figure this shit out, fool. You coming up in here blowing up the spot, making it all hot. At least he could have did was bring some damn chicken or some food. Coming up in there empty handed. At least you could have did was brought them some hummingbird cake. I'm just saying, don't come to nobody home. That's so rude. That is just so rude. How you just gonna come all the way to Ireland? Just come to somebody home empty handed. That did his mother teach him better? I'm just saying, bring some cake next time. Shit, we could have all had a little slice. Cause that hummingbird cake be looking good as shit. Uh, I'm just saying, we could all had a little, a little slice of cake. Then here come that damn Agent Witten, whatever his name is. Here he come up in here. I said, oh my God, banging on the door like he SWAT. Do, open up now. I know you're in there. Oh, shut the hell up, Witten. Go on back to Port Charles somewhere and go file some papers or go clip your toenails or something. Go do something productive. Don't come all the way to Ireland with your foolishness. So he come up in there. Of course, he ain't got no warrant. And Martin told him, he was like, you can't search this place without a warrant. So the agent started to get a little trigger happy. He got his little hand on his gun like he about to do something. And Martin was like, oh, you're not going to shoot an unarmed man. I'm like, Martin, be quiet. Because trust, that man will shoot you. Obviously, he crooked. He undertake. I wouldn't trust him. So Valentine came out and stuff like that. And pretty much told the agent that, Anna not there. And of course, the agent don't believe him. So Anna came out with her gun like a badass, pointing it at his little dome, pointing it in his back and stuff like that. She knocked his ass out too. And I loved it. She knocked him out with the butt of that gun. I love that shit. That's badass Anna that I love. But thank God Martin created a diversion with the other marshals, and shit. So that way they could come in, and Anna and Valentine could sneak out and dip off. But of course, when the agent came to, this little punk sitting there trying to tell the marshals to arrest Martin and stuff. I'm like, thank God Martin is a lawyer and he know how to get out of this mess. Because he gonna need it. So anyway, moving on from that. I was so happy to see Ava. Oh my God, Ava fucking Jerome. It was so hilarious when she went to go talk to Ryan. Ryan was sitting there through his caretaker, trying to give her compliments and stuff. Ava was like, bitch, I'm not here for compliments. Get the blinking. She said that was our deal. Get the blinking. I love Ava. I swear I love her. Yo, her banter with Ryan is so hilarious. Because they was asking him, like, do he think Esme's capable of murder and stuff? He was like, yeah. Then they asked him about the letter and stuff like that, and asking if Esme could have wrote it or did she write it. He said yes and no. Pretty much he felt like the killer wrote that letter, but he didn't think it was Esme that wrote it because the killer used specific words like mine and all that type of stuff, and he said Esme doesn't have anybody, so there's no way he felt she could have wrote that. So now he trying to figure out like what Esme done got herself into. My whole thing is Ryan blowing smoke up their ass? Because you can never trust Ryan. You don't know what he know, what he thinking. Like he has a very sadistic mind. He could be just playing them. You know what I'm saying? Telling them any little thing that they want to hear or whatever. So of course he brings his focus back over to Ava about her marriage and stuff like that. Because I guess he keeps up with all the gossip blogs. And he was wondering why she's still wearing her wedding ring if her and Nicholas are done. And she was like, bitch, my marriage ain't none of your business. She was like, we need to stay on course here because my marriage ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm like, listen, Ryan is not playing with her. Ryan was like, listen, come back to me. Ryan is so just stuck on her. Like he is not gonna leave that woman alone. Um, I just feel like he never gonna leave. He never gonna leave Ava alone. Ryan is just so enamored with her. So anyway, moving on from that, Sonny ass was up in Heather Weber room because Sonny pretty much threw out some subliminal threats to her about making sure that she didn't ID Dex as the one driving the getaway van that helped Anna escape. Because pretty much he told Heather, he was like, listen, whether you go to Darkham, whether you go to Pentonville, even at Spring Ridge, he said, it's a dangerous place. He said, anybody can get to you. Pretty much trying to, throw out some threats that she can, end up dead in any facility that she plans to call home. And Heather, she knew how to play the game. Heather knew not to fuck with Sonny because she knows Sonny can make that shit happen, no matter what facility she go to. Even if she stay at Spring Ridge, if she goes to Pentonville, if she goes to Darkham, he can get to her no matter where she is, and he made that well known. So she changed her story. She was like, "Yeah, I don't think I recall the guy." And he was like, "Yeah, good choice, smart move." So Jordan ended up seeing Sonny at the facility. She was wondering, what the hell you doing there? That fool gonna sit there and tell Jordan, oh, I was just here, talking to the warden about making a donation. I say, yeah, he donating all right. That fool over there donating threats. That's what he donating. So he ended up bumping into Ava and stuff like that, wondering what she doing there with Ryan and shit. So they fill him in on it. So of course, Sonny was pretty much telling Ava that she need to steer clear of Nicholas. Like she need to cut him loose. He was like, oh, because Nicholas bad news. You need to let him go. I'm so surprised to see Sonny stick up for Ava, like defend her and stuff like that, have her back. I'm still dumbfounded by that shit because everything that they've been through the last damn near 10 years since they've known each other, it ain't been good. So to see him have her back like that is kind of, shocking to me. But he also need to mind his little business because first of all, Sonny is a fine one to talk. Like he's the last one that should be telling somebody steer clear of somebody. Come like Sonny, you're bad news all in yourself. So how you gonna tell somebody stay away from Nicholas like you're a prize? You ain't that big of a prize. Um. So moving on from that, Heather Weber done seen Ryan. She gonna go to him and call him and say, "Hey, lover." Y'all know when I watched this episode, I done spit my drink out. I said, "What the fuck?" I damn near choked on my drink. What she mean, "Hey, lover"? When you say "hey lover" to somebody, that insinuates that y'all were lovers at some point. Like y'all had a little thing going on. Please tell me him and Heather were not slapping uglies back in the day. I mean, I could see it because Victor did smash Helena back in the day. So I could definitely see Ryan and Heather hooking up at some point. But ew, Heather and Ryan? Because she said, "hey lover." I'm like, "Hey lover." Y'all, he saw her naked back in the day. I mean, don't get me wrong, Heather was a knockout in her time. She still is though, but she was a real beauty in her time. But damn, I just can't picture that. The two of them. I'm telling you, the two of them getting together, any capacity is very deadly. It's not good at all. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great day, great night. Peace.